In this video, I'm going to show you how to mint affection with a script. So this script was created by Not Helios. So shout out to Not Helios. I'm going to leave all the links in the description below. This is actually the second minting video. It's going to be a lot shorter. If you want to go in a little bit deeper, you can have a look at the old video. And what I want to be showing here is just how easy this process is. But I also encourage you, I'm not showing you how to do the manual minting, but I would strongly encourage you to look at the other video and just wrap your head a little bit around the manual minting and also what it means to code and the kind of things that you need to understand with coding. I'm certainly no coding expert. I have a very, 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 very basic and rudimentary understanding, but you can use the understanding that you have to really pinpoint any errors and issues you have. But you can also go to the Telegram chat. And if you do have any issues, you can just do a search in the Telegram chat and there will be, I'm sure somebody's come across that issue. But if not, you can always ask in that chat. There's lots of really helpful people. So with that, let's get straight into it. I'm going to try and make it as quick and clear as possible in as few steps as possible. So Not Helios has structured this in an extremely logical and beautiful way. So bots and scripts. Now that you've played around with arbitraging manually, let's take a look at automation. So we haven't done it manually, just for the record. So again, you can check out the previous video. I package things in a way that is simple and takes care of the small details, leaving you free to innovate on your workflow. The Git repo, the Git repository, the GitHub repository with all the project files can be found here. So that is this particular file here. And here's a look at what we will be covering in this section. So we're going to be preparing the work environment, intro to core bot functions, generating encrypted wallet key stores, and creating your own bot. So very exciting. It's actually really, really cool. Once you start to kind of understand this stuff, it does seem a little tricky and a little bit hard, but once you a little bit understand it bit by bit, coding is actually really quite cool. And again, full disclosure, I'm not a dev, I'm not a coding pro, but it's really cool. So Grav has also, Rapid Beats is a tool developed by one of our beloved community members, Grav, that can help you keep an eye on current pulse chain gas prices to know when it's the best time to mint. And the reason why we want to keep an eye on this is something that I will very quickly show you, because what it's actually doing is it's burning pDAI or USDC, pUSDC for the affection. So for example, because it relies on gas and the gas to send, to mint, all of these things, in order for you to profit through this process of minting and for it to be more worth more than actually just buying it straight up with Pulse Chain, there needs to be an arbitrage opportunity. So for example, here, Not Helios, was showing that one pDAI was worth 91 Pulse Chain, and then one affection was worth 117 Pulse Chain. So here there's a profit here because one affection is worth more than the pDAI. So you're actually going to get a profit. And this one also is going to be a profit. This one also, beautiful profit. So this is almost a 2-to-1. So this is an over 2-to-1 instant profit. So this is an ideal scenario. So this is where keeping an eye on the gas. And if you do want to keep an eye on the gas, I'll leave the link in the description below as well, where you can keep an eye on that as well. The lower, the better. But you can also just check manually like this to see what's going on. At the time of recording, I'm going to release this video later, but it's the 8th of September, and there's been a massive narrative around pDAI. So at the moment, the minting is really, it's kind of up and down with whether or not it's profitable. So this is an example of it being not profitable. So one pDAI in this particular moment was worth 80 Pulse Chain, and one affection was worth 86 Pulse Chain. So it's not profitable because by the time you actually spend on minting and sending and all of these little functions that you're using within this script, you're actually losing Pulse Chain value. So bear that in mind. So okay, now here we go. Let's get started. So getting started. So we'll go through this bit by bit. So before we start, you'll need to install Python and PyCharm Community Edition. It'll help point out any errors in your script and offer useful suggestions for your code. A zip archive with all the project files can be found here. So that's basically giving us the zip file for this particular file, and I've already downloaded that. So go right ahead and click that. And then if you are on whatever you're on, so if you're on Linux, you follow this process. If you're on Mac, you follow this process. I'm personally on Windows, so I'm following this process. So what I did is I went here. So if we just open this, I've got all the things open anyway. So Oh, it's automatically done it. So nice one, nice one. So it's going to download it for you. And then what you want to do as well, make sure you pay attention to this. So again, if you're on Windows, you want to download this and install this. So this is something that I did. And all you need to do is just follow these instructions. So all the little, his instructions are brilliant. They're so clear. So simply just follow step by step the instructions. Okay. So I'll give you a moment to pause the video. Now you should be back. Everything should be installed. Everything should be done. And you also want to do this UTF enabled because 414, aka Maria, the dev, likes to use weird characters for token symbols. So again, all you need to do is you need to go to your, if you're in Windows, start menu, you type in run, and you go through this process. So now I've got this here, and you go through this process. And again, like the clarity of the explanation, everything is just so beautifully laid out by Not Helios. So I've already done all this. So you'll see here, administration, and then change symbols to locale. And yeah, I would have already done this. So here we go. I've done this. So where this should be Australia, greatest country in the world, mate. All right. So then you restart your computer. So let's say now, give you an opportunity to restart your computer. And so you should be back and install PyCharm's Community Edition. So you go here to jetbrains.com, downloads, and you download the Community Edition. So as this loads, I've already got it up here. So now we download this. So PyCharm is our app. Python is the coding language, and PyCharm is the app that's actually utilizing that coding language. And make sure you're getting the Community Edition. So when you click, it should automatically give you. So obviously Not Helios is using Linux. So it's giving you automatically. So mine is giving me automatically what I have. So, okay. So now it will auto detect, just like he says, install and run, accept terms and user agreements. And your main screen should look like this. Okay. So now it's going to look like this. So let's have a look. So mine, because I've reset everything, I've deleted everything for the purposes of this. Here we go. So see how we're looking exactly the same? Hey-oh. Okay, so now creating your first project. Let's name this one Affection Bot. So what we're going to do is we're going to click New Project. And we're going to call it Affection Bots. Here we go, and create. Your project folder will look like this. It contains some default files. So while that's loading up, which PyCharm uses, you can collapse that folder and ignore it from now on. So we don't even need to pay attention to it. So it's still loading at the minute. So while it's loading, I'll click up this one just to make sure that we're all following in step by step. So it's still loading. Hurry up. Creating the virtual environment. I'll just bring this over to the screen. Oh, wait. Oh, it's asking me to wait. Okay, so I shall wait. I shall wait. Okay, here we go. We got a match. We got a match. So we're going to collapse this now. Okay, so we got an exact match. We got Affection Bots, AB, AB. Yes, yes. Now it's orange for me as well. Nice, my favorite color. So this is the one. Okay, so here we go. Nice. Okay. All right. So I've included a zip archive with some files to get started. So that's the same file as here. So we would have already downloaded that by now. So if you haven't downloaded it by now, then click it and make sure that you download it and extract the contents into your project folder. So what I'm going to do is you want to find your folder. So making sure so this is going to be, so user, PyCharm project. So find here. So this is where my project folder is. Users, Poet, and then PyCharm, Affection Bots. So I'm going to go to that folder and I'm just going to very quickly pause my thing. So, okay, so in this particular part, obviously, so then you're extracting the files. So I'll just very quickly again share this, but then I'll quickly unshare because it does dox my name and I can't be bothered editing it. So I've got my Affection Bots. I've extracted it to here. And here's my affection bots. And you go into here, and here's all the files. So what I'm just going to very quickly do is I'm going to move this to the side so you don't see my name. And then I'm going to copy all of those. And I've already got the project file open. And I'm going to paste it into there. And I'm going to click up here. And hopefully this won't, it's still going to sort of half dox me. But anyway, everyone knows my name is Steven. But okay, so I've copied. Oh, what is he? What is he? So you can sort of see my surname. What is he? Is he a filthy Russian? Is he a filthy Ukrainian? Is he a filthy Macedonian? What is he? He's an OV. He's an OV. What is he? All right. So I've copied all the folders into here. Okay. So now there was already a couple of folders in there. So remember, there was already a couple of folders in there. So if we go into here now, we already had those folders. Now we've copied all those folders into here. So they're going to appear here. Okay. So hopefully you guys are following along and I'm not going too fast. And then what we want to do is we're going to install the packages. So what we're doing is we're clicking the button in the bottom left to open the terminal panel. So this is the button that he's referring to here. This is the terminal panel. So we're clicking here. It's going to open the terminal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to type this to install a few packages that we'll be using. So pip, so you can either type it or you can press copy here. Control V to paste. And now that's going to install everything. So give it a few seconds and it should complete without errors. So while that's going, let's continue to move on. So you'll probably just pause this and wait for it all to update and we can start cooking. So we're going to go to the next section and we'll look at what the functions I've included for you to use. So let's have a look at the core functions. Now, to make this as easy as possible, I've created functions that do actions that you're already familiar with in Web3. So he'll be referring to the fact that if you were doing this manually on the smart contract GUI website, then you'll already be familiar with these functions that are part of, that would have probably been part of that particular site. And so these are packaged so you can write the least amount of code. All of these functions can be found inside the core.py. Each function has its own page that details the code and what it does. So you guys can actually have a look here and see what all the functions are. So this is basically what coding language looks like. So apply estimated gas. You know, it's very logical. I mean, generate wallet, get the last block case fee. So it's all like coding is extremely logical. So wrap PLS. So for example, if we go here to the core.py, so when you double click it, it's going to open it up here. So all of those functions that he's just outlined there will be within this core.py file. So just so you guys can figure out how the relationship between what he's talking about and the coding. So if we go here, for example, I'm just going to apply estimated gas. So I'm just going to copy this. And it will be within this particular file. So it's probably going to be the first one, I would imagine. Gas multiplier. Let's have a look. So apply estimated gas. So here we go. And also, if you want to find things, just like everything pretty much on the internet, you can just Control F, and it's going to find that for you anyway. And it's probably going to show that the core.py file, once it's finished searching, oh, nothing found. Well, you made a liar out of me, you doggo. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, okay, because it's. Can you see how what we had copied there? It didn't have the equals.18, so it can't actually find it. So some search functions will kind of give you like an average kind of a thing, but some will give you the exact. So all I need to do is once I've deleted that, it's giving me, okay, it's here. And then basically see how it's telling me in the core.py and it's 33, my little baby doll number. So, okay. All right. So now let's close this. Now let's move on to the next section. So we won't go to the bottom there. So we'll move on to the next section here. All right. So now we're going to generate the wallet. So in this section, we're going to learn how to generate key stores for your wallet. A key store is a file that contains the information for your public and private key, encrypted by a secret password, aka a password. By using key stores, you will avoid keeping your private key in plain text. I've provided a generate wallet.py script that makes this section quick and quick and gets you straight into botting. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to pick a secret phrase to encrypt your wallet. So rename sample.env to .env, editor, and choose a long and unique random string. So here's our sample.env. So we're going to right click. We're going to go to refactor. We're going to press rename. And we're going to delete sample. We're going to go refactor. And see here, we've got our .env file. So if we open this up, nothing has been generated as yet. So this is what he's referring to change the secret. So change it to something nice and long. So eventually, I'm not going to change that just yet, but you yourself at this particular point should change this to something that you want. So change it to something nice and long, because obviously your key phrase, this is your, so when you go to MetaMask or Rabby and you want to upload a wallet through your private key, you'll be using this. So once all this stuff is being done through the script at the moment. So I haven't uploaded, I have done this previously and I hadn't uploaded any of those wallets to my MetaMask. And if I do want to upload them to my MetaMask, I need to be using this secret key. So make sure that this is nice and safe. So go ahead and change that. I won't change mine just yet. I'm going to change it in just a moment. So this acts like your passwords. So don't lose it and don't let anyone else see it. So you have to 100% change it though, because everybody else who doesn't change this is also going to have this as their secret phrase, change me. But basically, I also think the way that Not Helios has done this is if once you start generating the wallets, if you haven't changed that, it's not going to generate the wallets for you. So make sure you change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pause this and I'm going to change it. And I'm going to move it to the side so no one sees my private key, so I can actually go ahead and generate those wallets. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to stop the share. Okay, so you would have hopefully changed that by now. And what we're going to do is you will need 3 wallets to complete this tutorial. So you only need one of these commands for now. Pick A if you are not adding your new wallets to Rabby or MetaMask yet. So I go with option A. So type these commands into the terminal. So if we remember, here's our terminal. So we're already in our terminal. So we'll press terminal again. We're going to copy and paste this. So we're going to click option A, just so you guys know. So option A is type this to create a wallet. This will create 3 wallets and show you the public keys. To create wallets and immediately show their private keys too. So you can type this function. So it's going to give you the public key plus the private key. If you just want to view your private key of an existing wallet, you can go like this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do option A. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'll do option A, and you can do this if you want to then store your private key somewhere, write it down manually. But really, you only need to do this. And if ever you want to upload to MetaMask or Rabby, you're basically then taking this command and you're going to show the private key for whichever one of these wallets that you want to upload to your MetaMask or Rabby. Okay, so then you're going to go to C for that particular option. So yeah, import the private keys to Rabby. So you can skip this step if you want. It's solely to help with manual intervention and debugging if you want to do something quick with your wallets outside of Python. So note that handling your private key this way is typically not secure, but it's the only way to import it into your browser wallet. Please don't have any keyloggers running if you can help it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type this in. So this is, I'm going to type this in the terminal, but I don't want to show my wallet. So very simply copy and paste, and then I'm going to pause this. And then, okay, once I press enter on this, then you're going to it's going to generate these 3 public keys. And then these 3 public keys, you're going to enter into your .env file. So again, I'm not going to show that because it will have my secret passcode. Or actually, yeah, I'm not going to show that because it's going to have my secret passcode. But if you remember, you can just click back just a moment so you can see the .env file, and it had wallet A, wallet B, wallet C, and you're just going to copy and paste. This is wallet A, this is wallet B, this is wallet C. So you do it in that particular order. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to generate those wallets. I'm going to pause this and then add that to my .env file. What I'm going to do actually, just because I just very cheekily figured this little thing out. So this is what your thing is going to look like, okay? So once it's generated the 3 wallets, so who cares? There's my public wallets. So that's the public wallets for the minter. And then you're going to enter it into here. So public key 1 into your wallet address there. Public key, the second one, into your wallet address there. Public key here into your wallet address there. And here is your secret, whatever that secret is. So very, very simple. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step. So I'll stop the share again and go back and close my .env file. Goddamn sons of the pharaoh. So I have no idea. I paused the recording and I thought I'd resume the recording and I waffled on for God knows how long. So once I edit this, I'll figure out where it stopped. But yeah, I'm hoping this is where it is. So I think we were up to generating the public keys and the private keys. So what your screen should look like, what your app should look like here is it's going to look something like this. So you're going to have your .env file open here and it's generated those 3 public keys and you're just going to copy and paste those public keys. So this is going to be wallet A address, wallet B address, wallet C address. So you just simply copy and paste here and this is where you've entered your secret phrase and then you can close this file and it's going to save it. So eventually, if you want to upload it, like I said, to your MetaMask, you can basically import it with the private keys. So you can skip this step if you want. It's solely to help with the manual intervention and debugging if you want to do something quick with your wallets outside of Python. Note that handling your private keys this way is typically not secure, but it's the only way to import it into a browser wallet. So please don't have any keyloggers running if you can help it. So once you've filled in that .env file, we're ready to automate the workflow. So let's go into creating the bots. So here you'll learn how to set up 3 different bots that will perform specific functions. The objective here is to run all 3 bots together. So you've got the buyer, the minter, the seller bots are meant to be ran at the same time. They will delegate tasks to each other and return the pulse profits to your buyer bot. So basically what it's doing, you've got the buyer bot running, you'll have the minter bot running, you have the seller bot running, and what they're doing together is this one is buying and then sending to the minter bot, then the minter bot is minting, then sending to the seller bot, then the seller bot is sending, and then sending the profits back to the buyer bot to restart that process again. So it's really, really cool. So let's cook. So it's recommended to have about 420K pulse chain to fund the bots and begin to make a profit. All files are provided here in the Git repo. So this is something that we've already downloaded. Okay, so now we're going into the buyer bot. So first of all, the objective of the buyer bot is to check if the price of pDAI or pUSDC is below affection. So this is what we were doing. Oops, this is what we were doing before. Here we go. So this process here that you would have possibly, if you've done this before, would have been doing manually, the bot is automatically looking at this. So what the bot is doing is it's checking, it's going to buy if the price has a % difference within a specified amount. So this is the specified amount here, the % difference. So if there is a 20% price difference, it's going to buy it. If there's a 30% price difference with pUSDC, it's going to buy that. So then it's going to send the purchase tokens to the minter bot. So basically what you want to do is you want to deposit 1 to 300K pulse chain. You can play with the amount settings after, and you can run it by this. So what we're going to do now, what you can go ahead and pause this and do is basically send 300,000 pulse to this address here. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to go right ahead and do that now. Okay, so now you should have sent some pulse chain to that particular wallet. I haven't sent the full amount for a variety of reasons, but yes, make sure you send the right kind of amount. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so now we're up to here. So we're up to the buyer bot. So we've sent, now let's run the buyer bot. So there's 2 ways to run this. So if you go to terminal, you can either do it in this way where you go to terminal and you type this in, and should I press enter? Is it running now? I didn't press enter, but what's going on here? Control C. Let's copy this. But anyway, you and then copy into the terminal. So this is one way to run it. The way that I prefer to run it, for a variety of reasons, because I like to run through, because we're supposed to run 3 at a time, is you right click and you just run the bot. So now it's going to show the bot, and then it's going to start to run the bot. So now here we can see that it's running, and let's just see what it's going to do, just so you guys can see now. Not enough PLS to send right now. So I haven't got enough pulse chain there, so that's fine. So, but here you can see now, because you should send the 300,000. I only send 30,000. But basically, yeah, the minter needs 70,000. So we can see, oh, well, here's the issue. But here you can see as well, it's saying, okay, well, this is the rate of pDAI, this is the rate of pUSDC, and this is the rate of affection. So if you've been paying attention, yeah, pUSDC to affection, this is an arbitrage where it can take that profit. So I think I'm going to have to stop this, and let's continue to move on. All right, so now with the minter, we're going to go to the minter bot. Same thing. So what's the minter bot going to be doing? So the minter bot is going to check if we have these tokens. It's going to convert those tokens into affection. It's going to check if there's any pDAI, check if there is enough pDAI. So it will either do it this avenue through pDAI, or it will do this avenue through pUSDC. And then it's going to send those affections to the seller bot. So again, you want to deposit 100K pulse into that wallet address, and you can run it. Like I said, you can either run it like that, or you can do it like this. So once you want to start to run all three, actually, we'll do that next. So now we're going to go to the seller bot. And the seller bot, the objective of the seller bot is it's going to check if there's any affection tokens to sell. Those affection tokens will have been sent from your minter wallet, and it's going to check if the affection price is above pDAI pUSDC by the percentage difference. And again, if you want to adjust that percentage difference, here we go. So it's going to give you these percentage differences here. So yeah, you want to make sure that these numbers are, yeah, obviously here you got 20%, 15%, 30%, 25% arbitrage. Okay, so only broadcast when the gas prices are below rapid gas fee limit, and then it's going to send the profit of the pulse chain back to the buyer bot. So now if we want to run all three, I'm going to press play, 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 and you can see here all three are starting to run. So you could just leave this on overnight, leave your computer on overnight, and let it do its thing, and you can just mint perpetually. And if the gas prices are good and the pDAI pUSDC to affection prices are good, you'll be minting all night. So now this is the beauty. So now we've looked at the logic of the bot, now the buyer bot. Now this is what the minter bot is doing. So the minter bot now, it's got 30,000 pulse in there. It's got 0 affection, it's got 0 pi, 0 GI, 0 math, and basically at the moment, the gas fees are too high. So it's not going to mint anything because the gas fees are too high. So when the gas fees are good, it's going to automatically do it. So this is the beauty of this. And then this is the seller bot. So the seller bot basically is going to look at the prices. So it's telling you the prices here, and it's going to say, you know what? Have we got any affection to sell? And are we getting these? Are we getting this percentage difference? And if yes, we're going to sell. And if we've sold, then we're going to send the pulse chain back to the buyer bot. And then the buyer bot with that pulse chain is going to start to buy these tokens. And then those tokens will get sent to the minter bot. And it's just going to go like this. So that's it. So it's I hope that was simple. I hope that was clear. So not Helios, brilliant explanation. The first one was pretty garbage. This one I hope is a lot clearer and a lot simpler to follow. If there are any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, go to the Telegram chat, do a search in there. If there's any issues that you're getting, copy and paste the error into the search function. See if you can find it and figure it out for yourself. If not, there's going to be plenty of people in there who are more than willing to help. So with that, good luck and much love and affection to you.